Morning, everyone. Welcome to our regular briefing. Today we'll be hearing from Public Health and our fantastic Parks Department, and I'll have a couple of other things to announce and remind you of. But as usual, we will start with Janelle Heinrich from Public Health, Madison, Dane County.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor. As always, I'll start with a brief orientation to the latest information on cases and hospitalizations. While current rates of COVID infection and hospitalizations in Dane County may be starting to decrease, they still remain very high. The 7-day average of people testing positive is currently 1,191 people per day, and there are 180 individuals hospitalized with COVID, including 38 people in the ICU in Dane County. Yesterday, we announced the extension of our face covering order, order number 7, which will take effect next Tuesday, February 1st, and is unchanged from the current order. As a reminder, face coverings are required among people ages 2 and older when in any enclosed space open to the public where others who are outside of your household are present. There are certain situations where a face covering can be removed, including if everyone in that space is fully vaccinated. There are also several exemptions to the order, such as for individuals with medical conditions that prevent them from wearing a face covering. You can find all the details about the order on our website. We continue to work with the city and county on distributing more than 100,000 KN95 masks to members of the community who need well-fitted masks. So far, more than half of those masks have gone out to various community partners, such as nonprofits and faith-based organizations. You can also pick up KN95 masks during business hours at our East Washington and South Madison offices while supplies last. Please email us at coronavirus@publichealthmdc.com if you would like to learn more about requesting masks for your community organization. In addition to making masks accessible, we are working hard to make vaccines and testing available to anyone who is looking for one. We continue to work with our partners, accelerated labs, clinical labs, to offer testing services at the Alliant Energy Center 7 days a week. Our first weekend appointments at that clinic open up this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Again, this clinic is by appointment only. After you sign up for your appointment, register in advance and head over to the AEC and make sure you have your QR code handy, and you'll be able to walk in and out, including your test time, in less than 5 minutes. A reminder, you will need to park and walk into this clinic. It is not a drive-through. The tests are free, and staff will test anyone over the age of 2. We do also continue to offer testing at our South Madison clinic as well. Vaccines are also available at our South Madison clinic on Mondays and our East Washington clinic on Tuesdays. And we continue to work with more than a dozen community host sites, including local businesses, libraries, and community centers, to hold recurring mobile vaccination clinics throughout Dane County. The mobile clinics are offering first, second, third, or booster doses. You can find a map that details all of the locations where you can receive COVID vaccines through Public Health on our website, publichealthmdc.com/vax, VAX. Despite seeing cases and hospitalizations level off from the steep increases we experienced earlier this month, over the past several weeks, we've seen this decrease, but we are still in a surge. Our hospitals are still juggling an incredible number of patients, both COVID and otherwise. So please continue to use strong prevention practices. Get vaccinated or boosted to prevent the risk of severe outcomes and impacting our healthcare systems. Wear a well-fitted mask, stay home when you are feeling unwell, and get tested if you need to. And as we are at this 2-year mark of this pandemic, entering our 3rd year that we never thought we would be in, I want to take a moment to offer some gratitude to all the people who are helping us weather this storm. To the host sites opening up your spaces for us to hold vaccination clinics, thank you. To the organizations helping distribute masks to our community members, thank you. To the business owners and individuals who are following and enforcing our mask orders, thank you. To everyone who is staying up to date with vaccines and boosters, thank you. And finally, to our healthcare workers who are exhausted but continuing to care for our community, thank you. As we approach year 3 of contending with this virus, know that your diligence and effort does not go unnoticed. Stay well.
Thank you, Janelle, and let me add my thanks as well to everyone who has helped us get through this global pandemic. If you are not already, please get vaccinated, please get boosted. There's lots of options to do so. I want to particularly call out again the need to wear a really well-fitting mask, double mask if that's appropriate for you, and a reminder that you can access those masks through our community partners thanks to the work that Public Health is doing. And you can reach them directly at the East Washington and South Madison clinics. I also want to thank the hosts of the mobile vaccine clinics and remind you that it is really easy to get that vaccine shot. Lots of options are on the Public Health website. So please keep up what you're doing to keep our community safe, and thank you to everybody who is doing that work. Next, we are going to hear from Parks, from Ann Shia, who's going to talk about what's going in our parks. Even though it's freezing cold outside, there's lots of fun things to do out in Madison's parks. Ann?
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor. As the Mayor said, I am Ann Shea, Public Information Officer for Madison Parks, and I'm here to tell you about the 4 S's of winter recreation and winter fun in Madison Parks. That would be sledding, snowshoeing, skiing, and skating. First, let me just say that Elver continues to be Madison's winter recreation destination, with all 4 of those activities happening at the park. Sledding. We all know about sledding at Elver. The hill is lit at night. If you don't have a sled, or if you should happen to break your sled, which has happened when people go down that hill at 40 miles per hour, you can buy one or rent one from the shelter Wednesday through Sunday. Snowshoeing. New this year, we have a trail map for Elver Park. Typically, there has not been snowshoeing at Elver because there's so much cross-country skiing. This year, we had volunteers from Ad Norski put together a really great snowshoeing exclusive trail, or hiking, depending if there's snow or not. And because of this, we do have snowshoes available to rent from the shelter Wednesday through Sunday on an hourly basis. We also have snowshoes at Vilas, hourly or daily rentals, meaning if you want to pop over to the Arboretum from Vilas, you can do that. You have the snowshoes all day. Cross-country skiing. All trails are open and all are groomed. I just got a text. Odana is groomed for Classic, and get out there soon because he says the sun is going to melt those trails. They are the eyes and ears of what's happening out there. Elver was groomed today as well. All of them have Classic tracks. I know cross-country skiers really like to know when the tracks are laid, and they all have them. So get out there. And if the sun starts melting, always check the website, which is cityofmadison.com/parks/winterfun for the latest information. Ice skating. Again this year, we have 13 parks that have 19 total rinks and lagoons that are groomed and open and ready for skating. We have 3 locations that offer ice skate rentals, that is Elver, Tenney, and Vilas, and those are Wednesday through Sunday. As an extra bonus, staff are also opening the restrooms on the days that we do not have rentals available, as long as those rinks are declared open, and that would be on Monday and Tuesday. Couple of side notes. We would really appreciate that when you're in line to get the rentals of whatever equipment, whether it's cross-country skis or snowshoes or skates or sleds, that you wear a mask when you're interacting with staff. We have continued to keep the warming shelters, the inside, closed to the public as a safety precaution for our staff and the public. But we do continue to have rentals, and they've been super popular. So we're pleased to still be able to offer that service. Three things I would like to tell you about that are coming up. Groove and Glide. Groove and Glide is an evening where 6 to 8 p.m. we offer music and lights and fun games that you can do while you're ice skating. This Friday is at Vilas, and then the following Friday, Ulbrich, and then Elver. So those are on Friday nights. And then we have, it's not posted yet, so you're the first to know, Learn to Curl. We have partnered with the Madison Curling Club, and we'll be doing a free, you must register in advance though, Learn to Curl. And that will be on February 12th. And then later that afternoon at Tenney as well, we'll have Skate Cinema. That's also at Tenney, February 12th, and we'll be showing the movie Space Jam. So lots of good stuff, lots of fun, winter fun in Madison Parks. And thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Ann. That's a great list of activities. I'm tempted by the learning to curl myself. That could be a lot of fun. So please get out, take advantage of the beautiful sun and the snow that we've got, and bundle up, make sure you're wearing good clothing, but get out there and enjoy wintertime. Speaking of wintertime and cold temperatures, just want to remind folks that it's really important to make sure you're protecting the water pipes in your home or your business from freezing and bursting during the coldest times of the year. So make sure that you're checking your outdoor hose bibs. Hoses need to be disconnected, faucets need to be turned off and drained. Make sure your basement is properly insulated. Check for areas where you've got cold air coming in. Insulate pipes in unheated areas like crawl spaces, garages, attics. Make sure that if you've closed off part of your home, you still have some heat on in those unused areas, or if you're leaving for a couple of days or however long, you've got to keep your thermostat at least 55 degrees and open any cabinets where your plumbing is against an outside wall. You just got to make sure that those pipes stay just slightly warm enough so that they're not going to freeze. If you do get a frozen pipe, don't try and thaw it yourself with an open flame. You're going to want to call a professional for that. And then just another safety tip for winter, make sure that your furnace vents are clear of snow and ice. You don't want those vents to back up into your home. That can cause toxic carbon monoxide backup and be really, really dangerous. So just a few winter safety tips as we continue to be in this pretty cold temperatures here, which we want to just make sure everybody stays safe. Now we have another episode of legislators behaving badly. I want to alert folks to a set of bills that are rushing through the state legislature that would be really detrimental to the city of Madison and our community. There's a whole slew of bills around making it easier for folks to carry concealed weapons. One would lower the minimum age to get a license to carry a concealed weapon from 21 to 18. Another would, this is incredible, who thinks this is a good idea, would allow the possession of a firearm in a vehicle on school grounds. Another would allow the possession of a firearm in a place of worship or on the grounds of private schools. And another one broadens who can get out-of-state licenses to carry a concealed weapon. So I don't know what problem the legislature is trying to solve here. We've got plenty of other problems they could be working on. Pandemic comes to mind, the economy comes to mind, housing perhaps, childcare, I don't know. Lots of things they could be working on, but this is the thing that they're choosing to work on. I'm strongly opposed to these bills. It should come as no surprise to any of you. And I encourage you, if you are opposed as well, to please contact your legislators. Let them know how you feel. let them know that what we need in our schools is less guns, not more, and that we need to be actively working on safety in schools and in places of worship, not inviting people to bring more weapons into them. So again, please contact your legislatures if this is something that concerns you. In better news, the Madison Food Policy Council is announcing the 2022 seed grant cycle. So the seed grants are a fantastic little program that we have to support people in our community that are making healthy food more accessible to residents. It can be any good idea that improves food access. The grants are up to $10,000. It's a pretty easy application. If you've got a good idea, if you're working with an organization that's working on food access, I encourage you to check this out and potentially apply. You can learn more on our seed grant webpage, or you can email mfpc@cityofmadison.com. That stands for Madison Food Policy Council, mfpc@cityofmadison.com. The applications are due on February 28th, so you've got a little while to come up with some ideas. Also want to invite folks to apply to be a crossing guard here in the city of Madison. Our traffic engineering division is again looking to hire folks who would be interested in working part-time as a school crossing guard for the remainder of the school year. Crossing guards, you know these folks. These folks are essential to keeping our kids safe as they're walking to and from school, or they're biking to and from school. They're out in our neighborhoods helping kids cross the street safely, making sure cars are aware of where young people are, and keeping our streets and our schools safe. If you are interested in being part of this dedicated group of folks, you can apply at City of Madison Jobs. So if you go onto the City of Madison website, cityofmadison.com, there's a link to the jobs page, and you'll see the crossing guard listing there. We're looking for folks, it's about 10 to 15 hours per week, depending on the location. We're looking for folks who have a positive presence and a desire to help their community and interact with young people. It's a great opportunity for folks that are looking to get out and get a little exercise, have a little fun with kids, and keep things safe as well. Also in the good news category, I want to congratulate Angela Trudell Vasquez, who's our Poet Laureate, on being reappointed as Poet Laureate to serve another term. Congratulations, Angie. You've been a great Poet Laureate. We're really looking forward to your next term. She will be in this volunteer position until January of 2024. And she was just appointed when the pandemic hit, so she has really pivoted to make sure that she could continue doing the work of the Poet Laureate for our city virtually and online. And she's done a whole number of things. She comes to our council meetings now and again to make sure that we have some poetry in our lives. But more importantly, she's been working in the community, providing free poetry readings, crafts talks, and poetry lectures. She's judged poetry competitions, provided workshops to youth and educators, talked to college students and faculty at all of our higher ed institutions, and continues to run the Bus Lines Poetry Project in partnership with Metro and Edgewood College. So thank you, Angie, and congratulations. I'm really glad that you're signed up for another term. Just a note about some community resources. It is really cold out there. If you're having issues with your heat, or if you need access to food resources, or if you have housing issues, you can always call 211. That's run by the United Way. Either call 211 or text your zip code to 898-211. They can connect you with a whole range of community resources that are available to folks. Again, if that's housing, food, heat, water, dealing with bills, accessing health care. There's a whole range of things that they can help folks out. And no shame in asking for help. It's a really easy call, and they will hook you up with what you need. And if you need computer access or internet to connect with resources, to search for jobs, to do homework, whatever it might be. Please remember that you can always get that at your local library. So you can make an appointment to use library computers in the hours when the libraries are open. To find out more, you can call 608-266-6300. These and more resources that are available to our community are posted at cityofmadison.com. Just click on the community resources link. You can also find out more about the things we cover in these briefings on my blog. That's cityofmadison.com/mayor/blog. Encourage you to subscribe and keep up to date on things that are going on in our city. Finally, just a heads up on some upcoming meetings that you might be interested in. Remember that all of these meetings and more are posted on the cityofmadison.com website. You can access agendas, you can access the notes from previous meetings, you can find out how to register. The vast majority of meetings are still virtual. So you can find out how to register to access these meetings online, or if you can watch them on the award-winning Madison City channel. All that information is on the website. So today at 5, the Disability Rights Commission will meet. Also at 5, the Housing Strategy Committee, and also at 5, the Police Civilian Oversight Board. And at 5:30, the Madison Arts Commission will meet. On Monday, the 31st at 5, the Transportation Policy and Planning Board meets. On Tuesday, February 1st, how is it February already? At 4:30, the Common Council Executive Committee will meet. At 5, the Police and Fire Commission will meet. And at 6:30, the Common Council will meet. On Wednesday, February 2nd, at 4:30, the Board of Public Works, and at 5, the Board of Health. On Thursday, the 3rd, at 5:30, the Community Development Block Grant Committee. On Monday, the 7th, at 4:30, the Finance Committee. At 5:30, Plan Commission, and also at 5:30, the City County Homeless Issues Committee. On Tuesday, the 8th, at 5:30, the Madison Arts Commission again. And then Wednesday, the 9th, at 5, the Public Safety Review Committee. Also at 5, the Transportation Commission, and at 6:30, the Board of Parks Commissioners. And that is what I have for you all this week. Let's see if we have any questions.
Good morning, Mayor. We have no questions today.
All right, we all answered everything that you wanted to know. Thanks again to Janelle and Ann for being here. Everybody stay warm, get out there, have fun, get vaccinated, and take care of yourselves. Have a great week.